breaking all the bars. Yo, the crowd's feeling it, energy's alive. Spotlight on the tails where the future arrives. Bass in the air, every story's a spark. Late night on bass, we're light in the dark. Bass night stories on the stage, we vibe. Talk show magic where the chain comes alive. Tokens in the flow, let the legends provide. Late night on bass, we're taking it worldwide.
Welcome, everybody, to another edition of Late Night on Bass, the Based AF show. That's what I'm going to be calling it on Mondays. Why, you might ask? Well, because I have a newsletter, and it's called Based AF. Therefore, I thought, ta-da, let's make this show called Based AF, Monday edition. What's up, fam? All right, so today we're going to talk a lot. We got a lot to talk, especially if you like them altcoins. And we also got Brian on bass on today, so we're going to chat with them from the Sailing Ape. By the way, the Sailing Ape, I didn't realize he's backstage. I didn't realize he had an ape, actually. So he's like a real deal, man. Real deal. I feel honored to have a bored ape in the building. Anyways, guys, lot to discuss. If you haven't done so already, though, please share this link out so we can get at least 1,000 viewers. If I don't get 1,000 viewers, I am a failure, and I don't want to be a failure. No. All right, so Brian on bass, Sailing Ape, when you get a chance, team, send that out to, actually, no, don't send out that stream link. No, because we don't want other speakers, but I will send out the link for the stream. 1 second. Yeah, don't want some randoms. Wait, I think that's the right one. Fuck. Maybe it's the right one. I don't know. Just make sure it's one of them. I think that's the one. I'm really kind of like, I'm just watching number go up. Like, I can't even like think straight. Let's see. Hold on. Okay, I think this is the link. Yes, this is the link. Share it away. Sailing Ape saying he had 4 apes, traded 3 for Brian. Well, hey, listen. I respect the what's the word? Conviction that you have for Brian. And we're gonna chat all about it because it's meme season, man. Money's gonna flow into base memes. We're gonna talk a little bit about and the chart for Brian. Chef's kiss. We're going to talk all about this. First of all, I just want to give a shout out to Dog Ross LFG. LFG to you as well, bruv. Share this stream out. We got Mark609.base.e, Brian Smash. And he also said, hello, Bill. Hey, you're very polite. I like polite people. Shout out to you. All right, so listen, guys. It's fucking meme season. Alt season, I should say. Alt season. Straight up. And I want to preface this. We'll get Brian on bass in a couple minutes. Let me just first of all roll back to time about 10 Wednesday. No, Wednesday was it? Yeah, Wednesday. Wednesday came. It was the day one event on bass. So I got invited to go. One of 200 people there. It was quite an honor, and I didn't know what to expect, and I was blown away. And this, I'm telling you the story because I want you guys to kind of figure out where we are in the bass season, I guess you could say. And by the way, we're on Retake TV as well. So Retake, shout out to you guys. I have no idea if this works. Trying to start streaming on Farcaster. Hold on, before I get into my little monologue. Let me see. Am I streaming on Farcaster? Nope. Retake. Retake. Anyways, sorry. How it works. Yeah, what the fuck? Why doesn't it work? Anyways, so hard. I digress. Okay, back to where I was. Sorry, I'm kind of like weird all the way. So Wednesday, bass event. The energy was electric. And, there was an hour-long demo on stage from the bass team. And then it closed up with Gary V. Gary V was on with Jesse and a couple others. And everything just suddenly clicked. Boom. I've been in bass for a while. Since June of last year, I started streaming and doing podcasts. So I've been around the block. And to be completely honest with you, I wasn't that excited for the bass app. I wasn't excited for Zora. I just wasn't. Sue me, I'm my own person. I just didn't understand the appeal. Why do we need another app? You got Phantom Wallet. It's pretty dope. I can trade as much as I want there really fast. Why do I need a coin for my post? Sounds stupid. Like what? Where do you like? Why do we need another token? All that went away on Wednesday when Gary Vee was just basically saying he's been early to everything. He's been digital marketing since 1995, and he's been about the trends prior to everyone else. He was first into Facebook and Twitter and YouTube, and he just understood where the world's heading, and he laid it out perfectly. Gone are the days now that people are going to be okay with companies, legacy companies, Spotify's, the YouTubes, the Instagram, profiting off of your work. People might argue, oh, you can get brand deals. Very few people get brand deals, first of all. Very few people. Most people just post content and the companies are making money on your back. He was like, the next wave, and he thinks it's going to be Coinbase. And, Base is incubated by Coinbase, and these are all billionaires. By the way, I didn't realize not Jesse Pollock, Brian Armstrong's net worth is like $17 billion. Whew, crazy. So they're not hurting for cash. So they have the resource to make it good. Anyways, he was basically saying the next wave frontier is people monetizing their own content through tipping. Most importantly, we're in a tipping economy is what he said. And it clicked. Base is doing everything to open up the floodgates to the world for people all around the world to increase freedom, creativity, all throughout, and economic creativity, especially being able to post something and might not earn anything, but you might catch something that actually does do something pretty well. And that's freedom. We take it for granted in the West that $4 is nothing for us, honestly. But in some parts of the world, that's like a week's worth of food. But some people are making money. So the Base app opened and you can coin your posts. And again, not everything is going to make money. It just simply won't. But there's some people making like $30 already, $40 off of a tweet that they wrote that was gone viral. And it's now a tipping economy where if you're buying this token, don't necessarily think that you're going to make money off of it, but you're supporting somebody. And there's this now ecosystem where, like when we're on stream or Twitch, I gladly love tips, right? If you're tipping somebody, it's not that you expect anything in return. You just want to show gratitude. Like, boom, here's $5. Like, maybe you can answer a question, or boom, $5. Like, I appreciate you. Like, look at Twitch, Kick, all those things. Base Wallet's doing the same, but now through coining posts and stuff. So it really blew my mind that that's not the direction that it's going to go to. And because of that, the time to build is on Base now. Like, you need to be on Base. Base is going to be so fucking big. Like, based on what they're doing, this wallet is now going to integrate into every Coinbase user's account, your mom, your dad, your grandma's. And because Coinbase is, a top traded company, I mean, their stock is going through the roof. They're the most well-known name. No other exchange has a chance in the West. None. And so you have the credibility, the safety of Base. Get on Base. If you're building on Base, you're fucking set. As long as you're a good team. That's why I'm excited to talk to Brian. But anyways, a couple stories. Let's just show some charts because, that's what I do. I do TA, bruvs. I do TA. Anyways, you might, if you're still here listening, I appreciate you. We have over 500 plus people. That's a solid start. By the way, Retake TV, if you're listening, what the fuck? Makes it so hard. I can't even stream. You got to change that, dog. All right. Anyways, we have 629 people. We need at least 1,000. Otherwise, I'm a failure. All right, so I'm going to look at some charts. And so first of all, if you guys don't understand the whole flow of money in crypto, it starts with Bitcoin. Bitcoin runs, and then it goes to the majors: Ethereum, XRP, Ripple, Litecoin. Those are the next to catch Bit. If you haven't been under a rock, and then money flows into the mid majors, which is where Base is going to shine. So let me just kind of briefly show you what's been going down. And again, don't mind me and my charts. They're pretty crazy. Okay, hold on. All right, so in case you guys have been living in rock, Ethereum's just been ripping. Ethereum as of June 25th was at 2064. It just broke above 3,700. Okay, so Bitcoin ran its show. Then it goes to Ethereum, and then other major alts. So you have that. You have, Doge. Doge has just been ripping as well. Let's see, Doge. Doge has been since Hopefully it doesn't fall below 25.6. I would really not like it to go below that. Anyways, you have something like Doge that was, at 20 cents and it's over 27.5 cents. You have XRP entering price discovery. You have all sorts of things. XRP was down at 232. Now I have it 264. So people are focusing on the top memes or the top alt. And then eventually, once that stalls, they're going to put their attention there. Then money will, once they reach their heights, say Ethereum goes to 600, XRP goes to whatever, then money flows into your mid majors. And that's where Base is going to shine. And, projects, there's so many good projects on Base. I think you can't really go wrong with really any of them. Brian on Base is a newer one, and I think they're going to be really good. I also think things like, let's see, shout out to OKEG. I mean, just look at this chart. This is a multi-year cook, July 24, boom, 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 boom. I mean, you don't even have to be a chart analyst to be like, this is fucking bullish. I mean, this is crazy. You have things like this that are about to run. You have, I think they just said Zora. Let's see, Zora. So Zora, again, going to the base wall. Look at Zora's chart. Tell me we're not going to be in alt season. Zora was at 26 million. Damn, that's crazy. A week ago, it was 26 million. And now, boom, it hit 95. Ooh, I am such an idiot. Why did I fade that? I didn't even realize that. Wow. So every post on Zora is coined. Well, not every, but, every post on the base wallet, you're able to coin it. It's through Zora. Like, this is wild. Wow. So that's just indicative of the type of season we're in. There's so many other. There's Boomer that's doing great. There's, Toshi. There's Ski Mask. It doesn't really matter, but the time to position into your base alts is now. I repeat, now. So listen to your boy Bill. The next, couple months could be absolutely life-changing. Just take things day by day, but you need to be positioned because this bull run's not going to go on forever. And if anyone says they are, this time is different. I'm telling you right now, it's not different. It is absolutely not different. So and let me actually get Brian on Base's chart. I want to get them as well. And then I'm going to bring them on. But yeah, this time is not different. The market doesn't give you this many opportunities. And guys, actually, the Brian on Base team, if you don't mind, send over the chart so I can look at it. I don't have the correct address. So if you guys don't mind, please send that. Oh, we have over 1,000+ people. Let's go. Let's fucking go. Okay, cool. Thank you. Oh man. Whew. Let's go. Let me show you guys. You guys want to see something called, do you want to see something beautiful? Do you guys want to see something beautiful? Let me show you something beautiful right now. Boom. The Brian on Base chart. Let's look at this bad boy. And then we're going to get him up. Sorry, I get distracted when I get some cooks in the kitchen. Oh my God, look at this. Let's go logarithmic. I like the logarithmic the best just because it kind of blocks out the noise. This is beautiful. This is the launch October 24. One of the things I like about Brian as well, it's not a new launch. New launches are I'd be very wary of a new launch, to be honest, because it's just kind of is it a cash grab? Is it not? I like projects that have been around for a while because their intentions are great. Because if it wasn't, they would be long gone. So let's look at Brian real quick. I mean, this is just a gorgeous chart. This right here is support. It used to be resistance. Now it's turned into support. And you just have this trajectory up and to the right. So, it's a gift if you ever get back to 1 million again. Otherwise, you have your typical one wave move up. It hit 8 million. Had your standard correction. Elliott wave number 2. So now we're making on wave 3. This is wave 1 of 3. I do predict that it's probably going to go something like this. If I had to guess. Let's see. Guys, by the way, if there's anything you want me to talk about on the stream, shoot a message. Just go, Bill, what up? You can say whatever the fuck you want. I don't even care. If it's a coin you want me to chart, cool. If you think I'm boring, cool. It don't matter. No such thing as negative. What's the word? Any sort of marketing is good, positive or negative. I don't, something like that. All right, I don't know where's my little. Hold on, I don't usually use DexCreator. All right, let's see. Maybe trendline tools. Where's the drawing thing? There you go. So yeah, what I expect, this is your wave one of your macro three. So I expected to do something like this. Maybe hit all-time high. Would be very fortunate if we got down to here. Then boom, blast off. I'm going to be looking at this one really well. So yeah, very, very bullish chart. But yeah, without further ado, guys, I think it's time. To bring the sailing ape to the show. What is
going on?
How you doing?
Good. How's it going?
Dude, it's going well. First of all, tell me about this ape. You sold 3 apes for the Brian token?
Yeah, I sold 3 apes to buy into Brian more. So I'm pretty deep in this thing. That and like, you know, some marketing stuff. Like we've had a number of influencers we've hired in before. Just different things that we've done.
Well, that's actually really fun, really cool, man. That definitely shows conviction. We also have Joe Cool Brian on the show. How are you doing today, my friend?
You get some beats first.
I'm here, motherfuckers!
I mean, this is a party now. We're in a party right now. I'm just gonna vibe out.
How's it going, Bill the Bull?
Bill the Bull be doing well, bruv. We have over 1,300 people tuning in live, which is cool. I'm hit the over 1,000 mark, like I said. I don't want to be considered a failure in my mom's eyes, so out for 1,400. So we're cooking on the show. All right, guys. Though, in all seriousness, we're gonna chat. We're gonna chat about Brian. We're gonna chat about what you guys think of the markets, what you think about base, all that stuff. For the over 1,400 people though that are tuning in, let us know. They might not have heard of Brian. I mean, you guys are not new, but you're not like an OG, so it's good point of view of getting the word across. So if you guys don't mind, to the over 1,400 people tuning in, what exactly is Brian on base?
Yeah, so Brian's a meme coin, obviously, right? We got that. You can see Brian's logo there. But a big thing is that we're actually trying to build on Web3 too. So we're not just a meme coin. Like we're building Web3 chain native apps. As soon as we get into the base app, we're going to build a base mini app. We just haven't been there. We're not there yet. So once we get in, we're going to build a base mini app. We have, if you go to our website's pretty decent. We have a good team of software developers that are actually part of the Brian team. So we're able to build a lot of different things. We're looking at building tools for other projects, tools for ourselves. And then the money that we make off these things goes back into Brian, so we're pushing it that way. One of the big things that we just had happen, we just got our federal tax ID for the company. So that just happened yesterday. So probably, my wife's gone, so we'll probably end up start launching our supplements probably tonight. So supplement line, that'll be pretty awesome.
Don't forget about Brian. Need Brian strong. Need Brian hungry for cheats.
Yeah, Brian just like goes really, if you look at Brian, right, it just goes really well with like the workout vibe, right? Getting in there, and he's jacked. We're all trying to get jacked, I think, in our own ways. Sometimes we just don't make it to the gym, right? So
yeah. Interesting. So let's kind of dive back a bit. So the Brian on Base community is a fun meme, obviously, but you guys have more plans to do more integrating on Base Wallet with a mini app and all this, but you're focusing on the workout industry, right? So health and fitness, is that kind of correct?
Yeah, we think that's our niche for as far as like doing supplements, doing some merch around that. Like we've talked to people in UFC for partnerships. We talked to gyms for partnerships. So we're trying to work down that route, like seeing where we can go there. It's, there's just a lot of opportunity with Brian. The biggest thing is, as with every meme coin, it's a community, right? And we're lucky that a lot of our community, we have software developers, so that's helpful. But in general, I mean, we've had you in there for a little while. You've kind of seen how we all roll. So 35 people total. Take out you and Rachel, jumps us down to 33. But 33 people that are like really involved in the coin. And we keep an eye out on our main Telegram. So we have 5,127 people in there. And we're keeping an eye out to see like who should be moved in, like who's showing conviction and wants to come in and get deeper in the project.
Yeah, no, I think even though I'm kind of quiet in there, I have glanced in, and you could tell the energy in that small private room is quite big, and you guys talk about all sorts of things, opportunities. So for those that are looking right now on the on live, you can go to onbasebrian.com, And just so people know, meet Brian, the unstoppable green defender of base chain, a true G crushing machine, powered by a team with deep experience. He's here to bring a game-changing meta to Web3. Brian isn't just a meme; he's a force of nature, crashing into spaces live on X, loud, brash, and unapologetically fierce. He devours Jeets for breakfast. Stay ahead of the curve and catch all the latest alpha by following Brian's socials. Well, listen, just from a quick point of view, and I know there's a lot we're going to talk about, especially your giveaway with the Tesla. But one of the things that I do like the fact is you're fighting a niche that you're targeting. I think that's a really important thing, and I think it's on base, especially the niche you're targeting hasn't really been done. Maybe there's a coin or two, but if you can target the workout industry, that's cool, because actually a lot of memes don't even target anything. They just target like the audience. But we are in a very saturated market, so so for the projects that are out there that are working on a specific sector, I think that's the start of the on ramp, and then you can bring on other people. So how did the idea, and I don't know if you want to talk about the Sailing Ape or Joe Cool, how did the idea of Brian come and form?
Well, I'll let Joe go with that since Joe was one of the actual like original devs, and I'm more of an add-on later.
Okay, let's start with you.
You little G.
You there, Joe?
Hey, what's up?
There you
everybody?
go. There's that Chad face. What up?
What's happening?
Good to
So
see you, Chad.
Brian, you know, there were at the time of launching, and this was like a brainchild of 3 different people. One person came up with the idea, and then it kind of just grew into something. You know, there was a bunch of other Brett colors. You know, there was like a red, a blue, a green. Well, there was only a red and a gold at the time. And then once we launched Brian, it was just such a success that people started launching blues and purples and just
Yeah.
kind of crazy. Turquoise, I think there was one. But yeah, so it was, you know, it was just like, you know, let's go with a green Brett and call him Brian. And then somebody else was like, what if he's all jacked? And then we call him Brian Armstrong. Brian Armstrong. And so it's a play on words. You know, it's kind of like a mash of like everything, you know, it's, you know, Hulk, you know, Brian Smash, you know, Brett. And so we kind of, once we got the AI meme bot in our TG, it kind of turned into his own character. You know, he's Brian, you know, the G defender of base. So we've actually been having to defend from quite a few Jeets, one scammer wallet and a whale that decided to get out completely one clip, which is fun. But we've been positioning ourselves in a great way with P-Pods. It's a volatility farming.
Yeah. Had him on the show.
Yeah, that's kind of what sold us on him. Once we saw him being interviewed by you guys, you know, it was a quick jump. But yeah,
I would say that's one of the things that's like different about us is like we support pretty much every base project that we, you know, find to be legitimate. Like, it really doesn't matter what they are. Like, we've had people from other like meme coins drop in our TG and talk to us and ask for stuff. And like, we're more than happy to talk, more than happy to give advice from like our experiences. Like, I don't think that in base's current state, you have to be like your coin versus every other coin, right? Like, it's not that. Like, we're really fucking early. Like, that's the best way to put it.
It's
like,
day one, baby.
It's day one.
There's gonna be so much inflows. Like, as long as you're not trying to scam everybody, like, we support you on base. Like, that's the biggest thing. And you know, there are bad actors out there, and you know, everybody be careful with your wallets. Like, try not to get taken by a phishing scam, because I mean, that was rough. That guy lost 100K between Brian and Brett. So
wow.
And they had more Brian in their bag than Brett, by the way.
way more.
It was,
Yeah, no,
it was
I
a lot.
think that's the core like ethos of base, right? Builders support builders, and I think it's very unique compared to other chains. Like on Solana, it's project versus project, like straight up. Ethereum, I would say as well, but base is different. We all want to help each other. It's really cool though that you guys linked up with Peapods. So let me just there's a lot I want to talk about. Plus, I see you guys have a merch store, which I think is actually really cool. Okay, so Joe Cole, you're the one who started this thing. So let me ask. So it's obviously it's got its own, I guess, lore itself. Now, the Sailing Ape, when did you decide, hey, you know what? I want to really take an active role into this project. And you know what? I'm going to be selling a couple apes because that's how committed I am. So talk to us about your journey. Why did you get involved with Brian?
Oh, well, it all started on Base Scan, just watching for active coins and buying them, right?
Okay.
Like, I mean, I used to be a lot more stressed. Let's put it that way. I was doing a lot of day trading and like,
Sure.
you know, just fast in and outs. And I just got into this. I bought some, went and checked it out, started moving. I bought more, just kept buying. It went down. I mean, we saw that spike right up to, I think we were like, how high was it, Joe? 8 million? Was the
9,
spike?
yeah, somewhere
9
around
million.
9.
So we had a 9
finalized
million
and
spike. And then
Wow.
you had somebody dump out like 50K in one clip. So then, you know, we're sitting there on 3. And then we had one of the guys who said he wanted to be, you know, like me, wanted to get involved in the project, wanted to watch out for like the rest of the holders, started just farming the chart. And so I just sold the thing way down, told everybody, like everybody on the team knew, like we're telling everybody just hold. Like I sold the chart down to 300K and just held it there.
Wow.
And I just held it there and then bought up all of his supply. And then we pushed it back.
That's actually
And
really smart.
He had 12% of supply too. So
and
it was
he ended up, he clipped out everything.
Yeah. So he's ended up selling out everything. So like he was in a situation where I do not recommend that anyone puts themselves in this situation, but where like payroll was coming from Brian essentially for his company. Like he was helping support his company off of a meme coin, like stay on Coinbase, like main, and go trade stuff with a lot of liquidity if you want to like play around with money like that. But yeah, so we knew like every week he had to sell essentially. So I just held it down there and got him to sell out. And then we pumped the chart after. So I like everything I'd sold out, I bought back.
That is such a smart move. And actually that's really important because supply control is great. So it's much better that the supply is now in your hands versus some random rogue guy because he would be selling it off as the chart progressed.
What's my hands? Other holders that were there who were like, you know, I told him, I was like, okay, it's time. We were like, everyone was tracking every single one of his wallets. We were posting every time he sold, and we're like, okay, this much left. Like, and we just kept tracking it until it got to 0, and then everyone just started buying back.
Yeah, I was able to get a $500 buy when we got down to 300K. Just
damn,
I
wish I knew you guys back then. I would totally have gotten in at that price point too. Okay, so that makes sense. So, which also naturally is very bullish. Like I said, supply control does matter. So, talk to me about the plans that you guys have, because I know you alluded to the fact that you want to build a base, you want to build a mini app on the base app. And as I was alluding to, and by the way, we have over 2,380 people. Shout out to each and every one of you legends.
Welcome, guys.
So, okay, yeah. So going to the base app, I absolutely agree that's a play. I mean, if you guys have, well, first of all, do you guys individually have access to the beta app or no?
Not yet. I think we're all entered in to get it, but we haven't gotten access yet.
I got the email saying I'm next in line, so we'll see.
I'm working on getting some invites. If I do, I will get you guys bypass through that whole thing. But
awesome.
If you're on the app, you can tell, and if you've seen on the timeline, people are really taking note of what's going on. They're really starting to talk about it. They're really liking it, and I think people are making money. And I think the pivot to making a base app or an app, mini app on base's app is a no-brainer. So talk to me. What exactly do you guys envision Brian on Base building as a mini app?
So not entirely sure. I mean, we've talked about taking our Brian crypto services over. So like those are our on-chain, like, so we have a, like the first on-chain referral program I've seen ever. And I asked Grok and it didn't know of any others. So that was kind of interesting. So we're looking at adapting that to make it so other coins can use it for other things. So the ability to say like, hey, here's this thing, like your merch store or whatever, give someone the ability to create a referral code, like apply to get your referral code, and then give them the ability to give it out and get a discount for the person that uses it, and then have their wallet automatically sent a portion of the proceeds. So that's one thing that like we're looking at trying to make a little more flexible to be used. The others are like crypto tools. So, you know, right now we have the ability to do airdrops. It's the cheapest airdrop utility out there. So if you want to drop hundreds of thousands of wallets in one go or 1 million wallets in one go, like our app can do that. Another one that I'm talking to developers about building is a transparency tool. Now, this is a little weird. Essentially, you would, as a team, go and you would create the ability. It's essentially like you're locking your coins.
Okay.
But you can get them out at any time. It's 24 hours to get them out, and it sends out a notice publicly, so to X, that you're withdrawing X amount of coins. And the idea there is kind of following like what the SEC does around insider trading and the notification requirements. So looking at how do we bring that to the crypto space and also make people feel more secure, because if we go and lock like 20% of our coins up and something like that, and we're like, hey, you'll know if we take this out 24 hours before we get access to it. Like, I think that's very bullish for people to know.
I think so. I think once you guys get it up, I think I don't think any really memes are really doing anything on the base app as well. So I think if you guys are able to lock that in and start, really prioritizing it. I mean, I'm telling people for a long time, get with Sparkcaster, and I think people are now clicking like, hey, I need to with the base app. And so I think for you guys, it's an absolute must. We got a few more minutes for you guys this segment, though. I want to talk to you, Brian, or Joe Cool, actually, because a part of the show is not just only about the project. When you come on my show, we go a little bit deeper because, again, I know we alluded to on Rachel's show, but it's important to understand, the why behind, people who are coming together to building some dope shit. Because if you're not passionate about what you're doing, why should anyone care? And I think on base, that is very, very important. There has to be a strong reason. So let me ask you, Joe, like, you could be doing literally anything you want in Web3, but you chose to put in the time and effort to build Brian on base. And I know it's not easy. It is not easy at all. Let me ask you, Joe, simply, why?
Yeah. So throughout my life, I've tried different things. I created a social media marketing agency, ended up doing too much work for free, and just didn't work out. And then I, other things, video production, video editing. I can't even think of all the things that I've learned over the years. And all those things accumulated into my tool bag, my tool set. And I kind of go through life, and I've been in and out of crypto. And then I learned about liquidity pools and liquidity fee farming.
Mm-hmm.
Then I got onto base because ETH gas was too expensive. And I'm not rich like that. And so I got into Brett, made some good fees until they raised their liquidity to over $1 million.
Yeah.
Then I was looking for other options, found Landwolf. And that was like right when it launched too. Was involved in that, doing a lot of stuff in that. Got onboarded as a core team member. Made a lot of friends. I've made a lot of friends. And I got the opportunity to start Brian. And didn't know where it was going to go, what it was going to do. You just take it as it goes. And as we start growing the community more and more, I was convinced more and more that this is something really big, especially Sailing Ape and his utility to the program that we have going. We got so much opportunity to get into this, especially with the base app. But yeah, that's my why. The reason why I've done it is because all the evidence is there for me to see that this is something sustainable and long term that we can grow in the future and use as a asset, to do a lot of things. So
I'd say like 25 of those people in our main group have been there since we first pumped to 9 million and down to 300,000 and still here like every day.
Even before that, because I mean, we did a long sideways in the beginning, and so many people had so much conviction and believed in Brian and believed in our transparency, because that's really the thing. Like Sailing said, if you're not taking advantage of people,
Sure.
if you're here to build something, people really see that. And so
Well, I love it. I love it. Real quick, let me share it with you guys. This merch store, Brian on Base, has actually their own merch. Quickly though, how difficult was it to set up something like this?
So it took me about. This is another thing I learned. So starting a drop shipping store on Etsy, and then getting everything set up. I use the service to create all the assets here, and really easy to use with our AI bot, which makes it really fast. But yeah, it probably took me a couple of days. We actually had a lot more shirts, but the line I was using, the provider wasn't holding that, and I haven't updated the shirts yet.
Has there been pretty big interest in the stuff that you guys have been putting out?
So we're so early, and we're at such a low market cap that people are really just trying to accumulate their brine. We build all these things out, so that when we get to those parabolic runs, and then we start growing more and more, that we have all of this foundation set up.
Yeah.
And to be purchased. Of course, when you're in the Brian Smash club chat, you get a discount code up to 40% off on everything. So
yeah, so it's not about so much about making money as it is about like making it accessible to the people in the community that want it, right? I mean, it's the same thing when we start doing supplements. Like, we're not really going to make a lot of money off that. I mean, we will if I do, and I'm looking at doing this like minimum orders for direct from the supplier versus drop shipping, and then using a warehouse I have to like send that out. So we're going to look at that as an option. And I mean, that will actually generate like a decent amount of funds if we go that way. Like, we're planning on going on to Amazon directly. So it won't just be like through our store here. It'll also be Amazon fulfillment. So we're targeting a couple like brands and types of supplements that don't have a lot of competition. So when you think there's like collagen, like hydrolyzed collagen packets that are like ready to use, like there's really nothing. There's like one company in the market for that. So we're looking at competing there, and it's very expensive. Like, I use that stuff every day. So I know, like, I'm like, I'll get the minimum order, because between me and my friends, even if it doesn't sell out, like, I'll eat it.
Well, I like
now
it.
it is, it would be nice, to be able to sell, be a success with all the things that we got selling. And then we can utilize those funds into buying back supply, locking it away, and even put things towards marketing, central exchanges. We've seen so many central exchange announcements happen, and you get some volume, but you're not accumulating chads. So we're just looking to organically grow until the time is right.
And you get 5 minutes of volume and they dump on you, right? Like, chain. If they're not seeing the volume, then they're just like, hey, it's gone. So we've just stayed away from sex. Like, if a central exchange wants us, we're gonna wake up one day and be like, oh, look, we're listed on this exchange. Cool. Like,
absolutely. No, I think that's the right play. And I think I told you guys the other day, centralized exchanging actually is the wrong way of looking at things. You don't need to go through a centralized exchange. You need to build your community. Getting listed on centralized exchanges is the old 2021 cycle. So, so very cool, guys. And last thing before I let you guys go, talk to us about
Zora. Are we going to talk about Zora?
We're going to talk about the Lambo. I mean, or we can talk about. We're talking about the Tesla. That's what we're going to talk about.
But I do want to talk a little bit about Zora, because a lot of shit.
Okay, why don't you quickly talk about Zora, and then we'll talk about Tesla, and then we'll wrap it up. What about Zora?
So our Brian bag on Zora went up to 8K.
Do you have the link? Send me the link in the private chat.
Yeah.
Well, I think he's talking about our bag, not our Zora. So
not our market cap.
We're the top owner of a lot of projects on Zora. Again, us supporting other base projects. So we saw that Jesse was number one, and we just didn't want to let that happen. So we went out and bought him out on a bunch of projects.
Dude, send us a link of maybe the page on Zora that you guys have, so I can share it to the almost 3,000 people. We're at 2926. Come on, let's get 74 more people. Let's go 3K. It's a nice number.
Well, we've gotten a lot of promotion from that too. So like, just people that are like appreciative that we're out there picking up their Zora stuff.
Absolutely.
They're out posting on X being like, hey, on base Brian, thanks for this. Like, really appreciate it.
Yeah, if you think about it, I mean, that's super based. I mean, you guys are actually out there, trying to help support other builders. That's extremely based. All right, so let's see. Do you guys have anything to share with me? I
I
don't see
dropped it
anything.
in the
so.
TG. Let me see if
Oh,
that's the right
TG,
one.
TG. Okay, let's
I
check
don't know if
TG.
that
No, that's
was.
fine. I'll get it.
That's just the image.
I got you. Okay, well, let's
Well, let's
just
talk
share
about
it.
the Tesla. Oh, there we go.
There you go.
Yeah.
This is Brian on base. Brian X base on Zora. Very cool builders, support builders. And then, yes, let's end it off with the Tesla. Talk to us. Win a Tesla. How do we do it? How do we apply?
Okay, so it's pretty easy. You just hold 50,000 tokens, and then we're gonna just choose a wallet randomly. We're gonna do it live, so we're also gonna put out the code for the randomizer and everything before we do it, so we can be audited, so everyone knows that it's actually a fair drawing. Because I feel like that's a big issue inside of crypto space where these things get rigged. Like, we want everyone to be confident that, hey, this is legit. Like, I have as fair of a chance as everyone else. So for every 50,000 Brian you hold, you're gonna get an entry. It's that basic. I mean, it's a fun thing. Like, all the funds I already have all the funds, so that's not a problem at all. Like, that's going to happen. And when we get there, we'll put out the list of everyone who got snapshotted, and we'll do the snapshot after we hit 25 million. We can't be like a 1 minute spike. It's got to be a little sustained. But we will run it, and we will make sure that everyone can see and audit it to make sure that it's fair.
Super base Tesla giveaway, as Mark 609 just said. LFG, fellas. Truly an honor. Thanks for hopping on the stream.
Yeah. Have a great day.
Yeah, great to be here.
And soon, guys, we got to schedule the pod. If you guys, we're going to be cooking with Brad on base, so we definitely are going to be getting that out there, especially to the Farcaster land. So not only do these streams, these episodes are streamed everywhere, but the podcast, we get on to pods.media, which is the #1 streaming platform for all podcasts on Farcaster and on base app. So a lot of coverage for you guys. Thank you guys for coming on. Yeah. Cheers. And so that was the base team, Brian on base. You could just tell, like, they have things that they have planned. They're cooking, and they're doing things the right way. They're not just relying on a meme that they created. They're actually trying to innovate and do more things. So I got much love and respect for that team. So we didn't hit 3K. That's okay, though. 2,947 are here. So, I mean, listen. Hope you guys learned a thing or two. Make sure to follow Brian on base. Let me actually just pull up their Twitter. And if you guys haven't done so already, all you have to do is boom, go on Brian on base. It's literally on base Brian. You can find out all their information there. Really cool guys. They are very, very based in Chads in their own right. So, guys, that's it. I'm Bill. Let's see. The music is dope. We found the Zora link. Okay, before we leave, got to share the Zora link. Brian on base. Let's go. 33K market cap. I mean, this is super dope that they thought of the ability of like supporting other projects. Very, very cool. If you think about it, it's a way of getting, I think there's like a ranking list. I don't know where I'd find it of like how much the market cap is, but to me, that's a smart way of getting visibility as a project. So shout out to Brian on base. I mean, some of these things are pretty dope. That's actually hilarious. Actually, you could see me right there. Boom. You see that, Chad, right there? That's me. Boom. In the blue suit. I'm your boy, Bill. Listen, guys, I'm out. They're also in the Film 3 Festival. Man, you guys, so much going on with you guys. I don't know how you guys do it all. We'll talk about the Film 3 Festival in the pod. I think that's cool. And you guys will be at On Chain Summit SF. If you guys haven't done so already, buy your tickets today. That will be August 22nd. So stay tuned for that. It will be really fun. But anyways, guys, enjoy your day. If you're doing leverage, don't get liquidated. If you want a non-KYC exchange, I got you. I will send you a link. Until then, buy your bags. If you like what you saw, buy Brian on base. If you don't, that's fine too. Not financial advice. Tomorrow we have a couple shows in the works. So actually, the Road On Chain Summit's Tuesday. We got some dope guests for that one, including Chuck from Remix, probably the top mini app on base at the moment. So stoked for that one. All right, guys. I'm your boy Bill. Until next time, peace.